Coming up on the Hong Kong Racing Show, we recap Ka Ying Rising's record-breaking win. Trainer Caspar Fownes drops in for a chat.
It's exciting racing in Hong Kong, and you still get, I think you've never got to lose that buzz. It's everything to me.
And we preview this weekend's action at Sha Tin. It's all coming up on the Hong Kong Racing Show. You're watching the Hong Kong Racing Show. Andrew Brown and Alex Evers with you to talk all things Hong Kong racing viewed through a North American lens. Really looking forward to Caspar Fownes, our special guest, joining us in just a few moments. Alex is in his hotel room just near Sha Tin Racecourse. Another big week of action. Alex, how are things?
Things are well. It was a great Sunday out there, a nice Wednesday at Happy Valley last night, and excited to see what happens this weekend. Little Paradise, Numbers, Sagacious Life, the whole lot of them. Romantic Warrior, Voyage Bubble. The list goes on and on for these Hong Kong champions. But Ka Ying Rising, what a day, Brownie. This, for me, was like one of the greatest sports days of all time. We got Ka Ying Rising setting a record, beating what, it was 25 years since Silent Witness did it. And then 46 years to the date of the Miracle on Ice. The United States wins the hockey game. And it was on at 9 o'clock here. So we went from the racetrack over to a yakitori spot with a couple mates and had some beers and watched the hockey game. It was a special night. It was wonderful. I never thought I'd see and both of those things happen, let alone being in Hong Kong while it all happened. And it was awesome.
Yeah, sensational. Congratulations to the men's hockey team. That was awesome. What a game that was. But tell us a little bit about Ka Ying Rising and the atmosphere at Sha Tin on Sunday, as well as this just incredible horse. As we all say, we've just run out of superlatives to describe him, but breaks the record for a Hong Kong trained horse with 18 straight, and in the process smashes the track record for 1,400 meters as well. What was it like?
I mean, it was, you could tell there was a buzz in the crowd, and it was packed, like shooting up into the crowd. It looked like a CNY meet with that many people packed down by the rail there with all the cameras trying to take photos of it. And they had flags out. They had a big banner that they unfurled when he had the 18 wins. It was actually really, really well done. It was super great. And you could tell that everybody was there to witness history. And it was almost like being at a home sports event where everyone in the crowd was there for one horse and one outcome. And when it happened, the place just erupted. It was incredible. And I think it's like I said last week, Brownie, I was like, he's going to break the record and he's going to break a track record. And we got the track record. Now, he doesn't quite hold the world record for the fastest 1,400 meters. We looked at it. There was a 117, like 0.01 in France somewhere. Right. A Guillaume horse did it. So not the track records and stuff like that and times matter because the tracks are all so different, but it's something to look at. And like I said, I think I said on Twitter, I think if I had to go out on a limb and make another bold prediction, because we already hit the bold prediction, he's going to break the record, the Everest track records. I think he's going to get Winx's record too. I think he's going to be the all-time most winning horse. I know that's probably sacrilegious to say to an Aussie, but I think he's going to get that record. And he's running against good horses too.
We're going to have to wait around a while for him to get there because he has, about 6 or 7 runs a year? Am I right in saying? So it could take another couple of years, or maybe it's a bit more, 8 runs, but could take another couple of years. But no, I mean, David Hayes is of course going to be very patient with the horse. He wants to have Ka Ying Rising to have a long career, hopes that he's racing for another couple of years. So well, that'll be interesting. And look, there's no reason to suggest that he can't mow down Winx's record as well, because he is, I think, the best horse in the world at the moment.
I agree. And the way he runs too, it's like he's got no chinks in the armor because he can break so well. He places himself so well. He's not one of those speed horses that has to have the lead. He can't be eyeballed. I mean, he can just track behind horses. So if one goes, it's even better for him. If the pace is fast, he runs better. He's more settled. So it's like he can run on wet ground. He's got a champion jockey that doesn't ever, like, you can't tell if Zach's riding a class 5 race or a grade 1. He's just got that same stoic emotion before every event. There's no nerves to him, which is incredible to watch. And I think that's another thing that makes him so great. But like where is the chink in the armor for this horse? I can't find one. And he's efficient. He's not too big, not too small, takes care of himself, effortless. Like, he's the perfect racehorse, to be honest.
According to Zach Purton in some Australian media during the week, he's even got Danny Shum and Romantic Warrior scared over the mile, and even potentially the mile and a quarter as well. Danny thinks that Ka Ying Rising might beat Romantic Warrior over 1,600 meters and 2,000 meters, which I guess isn't beyond the realm of possibility.
He's got the body type. He's not built like a typical sprinter, like that tanky, like the big hindquarters and that kind of compact thing. He looks like a miler, to be honest. But at a mile between him and Romantic Warrior, the problem would be is that he goes so fast, and if you don't pressure him, he'll just walk. And if you pressure him, you're going to be sacrificing your stamina late. It would be very interesting to see those two go around. How about at Happy Valley? How about a 1650 at Happy Valley?
I tell you what, a match race would be pretty awesome. Perhaps we will ask Casper who he thinks, Caspar Fownes, our special guest, who he thinks might win between Kaeing Rising and Romantic Warrior, a hypothetical matchup over a mile, because he is our special guest on the show today, and he's ready to join us right now. Let's get over to Casper. Well, Casper, it's fantastic to have you on the show, and there's plenty to talk to you about too, but I wanted to start with something my co-host Alex has said about you. He thinks that you're the funniest man alive. Any idea why that might be?
God knows. We do have some laughs though in the morning when he's out there with his big lens and shooting away all the great horses in Hong Kong. But no, we have a lot of fun times.
What makes him so funny, Alex?
Just the sense of humor, always smiling, always cheering his horses home. The whistle when the big horses win. It's the best. It's just a guy who enjoys racing and loves it. And that's what the sport's about, is having fun.
That's 100%. It doesn't matter what level of horse I'm training. I still get behind them, whether it's been a Group 1 all the way down to Class 5. It's exciting racing in Hong Kong, and you still get, I think you've never got to lose that buzz. It's everything to me, to get out there, because horses, they don't know what level they're at. So it's hard for us when we get them, to try and perform. And if they're not good enough, they drop down to the grades. And then all of a sudden they get to a mark where they can be competitive. And then if they get their winning result, we still cheer them on big time.
I mean, that's just it. I don't think people realize how hard it is to win a horse race at any level, like a maiden race, a stakes race. Like those elite 1% are obviously so great and so special, but just to win anything is so difficult. Getting from the farm to foaling to the track. Hong Kong, they got to acclimate. I mean, it's so tough.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, in Hong Kong, it's an incredible place. I mean, racing is so competitive that, you got to make it count. You got to, when the draw's there, you just got to get things fall into place, and you've got to get that result, because maybe the next time, the conditions are going to be tougher. You're meeting stronger opposition, and then it's, you've lost that chance to get that massive one win for the season. And we've got 1,300 horses plus in the system for 800 plus races. So as a rule, only around 350 horses win everything each year. So there's close to 1,000 horses not winning a race. So it's a big deal when you get that win. You've done your job.
Well, you've had over 1,200 wins now in Hong Kong, Casper. Congratulations on becoming just the 4th trainer in Hong Kong to reach that number as well. What did that mean to you?
Yeah, it's a big number, I'm 58 now, so we've still got a few years left in us, hopefully. And, I've won 4 championships. We're trying to get another championship down the line, so hopefully we can achieve that. But the number's big, 1,200 is good in Hong Kong. We only race twice a week. We can't get, seriously, it's very hard to get more than one horse into a particular race. You'd be lucky to get a horse in. It's so competitive now. So, happy with that. And we just try to keep building on that number going forward.
You mentioned trying to get a 5th championship. Certain jockeys about to rejoin the Hong Kong riding ranks. How good is it going to be to have João Moreira back?
Oh, it's going to be massive. Really excited about that. Such a great jockey, a great guy to go with it. He's loved by the fans, by the owners, loved by myself and the family. So, really looking forward to having him back here and getting it bumped up a little bit. I'm sure we'll have some fun. That's the main thing.
Oh, for sure. That was awesome on IJC last December, and he's ridden the first 2 winners of the night there at Happy Valley, both for you. And the crowd, as you say, they just love him, don't they?
They love him. That's why he's called the Magic Man. I mean, there's some great jockeys in Hong Kong over the years, but he's seriously, he's what he's done for Hong Kong racing is incredible. Zach is a superstar. Zach is, he really is the best. But Joe, when he's here, he's on a par with Zach. I mean, these guys went head to head for quite a few seasons, and it'd just be good to get him back in the system. And he's pretty much exclusive for me the last 3 months of the season, and then let's see where it goes from there.
And we go from that to your apprenticeship where you had Vincent Ho, and he's obviously had his successes in Golden 60 and now Little Paradise. And then Ellis last night graduating. Where did you get that mentorship aspect of these young jockeys?
It probably come from my old man. You bring him in and we treat them as part of the family, and just give them the guidance that they need. And when they mess it up, you just got to nurture them through it and get them from young boys to try and be men and make decisions out there for themselves in an environment in Hong Kong which is so tough. It's just full on, it's game on, that they are going to make mistakes, but you get them through it and say, right, let's go back and watch the videos and see, right, okay, this is what you could have done, that's what you did, and they learn from that. And for me, I give them options out there, and when the race is on, to make a judgment call themselves. I don't tie them down with instructions, because once the gates open, they've got to start to fend for themselves. And I think that's what's giving them the success, because we're not really being tough on them to say, right, I want you to get out and lead. And things happen. Horses come out a bit slower. Something else happens. Someone decides to go forward. The aspect of the race changes, and they've got to make that call themselves. And once they start to do it, and once they start to win, then they get the confidence from that. And confidence in this game is everything.
Yeah, proud moment for you the other night at Happy Valley, Caspar, with Ellis riding his 70th winner, and thankfully aboard Lucky Generations, a horse for you as well.
Yeah, no, very special. Lovely to have his mum and dad there and family to support him, and all of us on site. So it was great. I wish him the best going forward. I do think he'll take the next step. I believe, he'll be very successful going forward. He's a great kid. And I wish him the best of luck.
Yeah, that's a great bit of footage that I saw on your social channels last night as well, Alex, of Ellis. You must be great for you to be able to be there at the moment, capturing that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. I've been lucky to get his graduation. I got Vincent's 600th win. I missed Zach when we were in Dubai, unfortunately, but it is special to capture the history of Hong Kong racing, because it is so special and it's so unique. And I've said this before. It's like, in racing terms, it's the closest thing to a major league sport where there's a season, there's a champion trainer, a jockey, there's storylines like Joe coming back. Like our American season, it's just year round. It just feels like it never stops, Yeah. And here you've got a clear start and a clear end and a champion, and it's just great.
Yeah, I totally agree, Alex. Yeah, for sure, man.
Classic Cup this weekend, Casper. You haven't got a dog in the fight, but you certainly know how to win a Hong Kong Derby. Is Little Paradise as good as everyone's saying he is, from what you've seen?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he accelerated really well his last start over the mile, and seemed to be tractable enough to go the extra furlong on the weekend. Yeah, I think he's going to be very hard to beat. Definitely. There's a couple more horses in there that you can give respect to, but it certainly looks like him. And the numbers, they're the top two rated horses. One's going to be up on the speed, and the other guy will just be where he's comfortable, switched off with a big finish. That's good. It's a good race. You still don't rule out horses like Invincible Ibis and stuff that can sort of bounce back after one sort of little semi. He had. There was, what would I say? He had excuses last start for his performance, so he could bounce back and be the horse to be quite competitive. Because prior to that, he was looking very explosive.
Yeah. You're known as the king of the valley, Casper. Sorry to go back to Happy Valley, but is there anything different you have to do to train a horse to run at Happy Valley versus running at Sha Tin, or it's pretty much the same kind of program you use year round?
Yeah, it's the same program, because it's we're classes where the ratings are the same in each class band. So but I try to focus on the valley. I love it. Sha Tin's the same, obviously big track, roomy track, but the valley's. It's just an iconic track, isn't it? There's nothing like it anywhere in the world. You're just right on top of the action. That's something special, mate. Love it.
Yeah. Can you, when Joe comes back, I'm sure you've got a date in mind now. It's April 7 or something like that, I think I read.
April 8th, yeah. April 8th, his first night back, yeah.
Okay. is it possible now that you can start kind of getting a couple of horses all tuned up and ready for him so he makes a winning start? Is that in your mind?
Of course, that's a great question. 100% in my mind. Already notched down a few, and it'll be an exciting night on paper. But then you're hopeful that you get the draws to go with it, and I'm sure we'll have a few planned for the night that will be very competitive. But you'll need some luck as you do in this game.
Yeah. Well, we're kind of hoping that you and Umberto Rispoli, who comes on this show quite a bit, and we've got a lot to do with him here at Santa Anita and Del Mar in California, could have combined over HKIR for a winner.
Yeah, for sure. He's a good lad, Umby. You probably have the beep button for him quite a few times through the
Hey, he's good though. I'm the one that gets in trouble.
He is a good lad. No, he's good form. Yeah, nice people.
Yeah. We wish him all the best too, Umby, if you're watching, as he recovers from his injury that he sustained in Florida about a month or so ago. So hopefully Umby's on the mend. He likes to tell us that he made one of the quickest recoveries from a broken collarbone, I think it was, wasn't it, Alex, in Hong Kong ever?
Yeah, quite a few years ago. Yeah, no, he is tough. I mean, these guys they're cut with a different cloth. They're so tough.
Yeah. Romantic Warrior, of course, back this weekend too, Casper. Bit of chat around this week. Romantic Warrior versus Ka Ying Rising over a mile. Any thoughts? Who wins?
Jeez. I'd have to go Ka Ying Rising to tell you the truth. I mean, I haven't seen anything like it. I mean, you're talking about Romantic Warrior is an absolute superstar, and he seems to be getting better as he's getting older as well. I think he's got 1 or 2 screws in his joint as well, which is amazing. An absolute star. Ka Ying is something special. You just don't see horses like that. I mean, he's breaking course records for fun, and easing up. He could absolutely shatter them.
Yeah, and I think it's a little bit lost in it that it's so effortless and it's so easy that it's not as like at this point it's getting not exciting, but it's like
you look at it and you go, really? I mean, you've run that time. You go, wow, it's just unbelievable.
And it doesn't look like he's running that. It doesn't look like he's running that fast. Like he's just effortless the way he does. And you look up at the board and you're like, what's 119 for 7/8? It's like, it's fast.
Crazy. Yeah, absolutely spot on, right? I mean, good luck to them. That's what it's about. And the horse like that's come along at a great time for Zach. I mean, you have a champion like that probably when you're not far off, stop riding, I'd say, in the next 1 or 2 years. So that this horse will see him out till the end, and then that's beautiful for him. What a lovely way to hang up your boots.
I told Mike Smith was the same way. Mike was like, I was going to retire after this, and then the next one comes, and then Justify comes, and then there's another filly comes, and he's excited about it too, and like it just never stops. I'm like, wait, at the end of Kaeing Rising, something will pop up, and you're like, I got to stay around and ride this one. It seems inevitable with those good guys.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but Zach himself, he'll tell you that it's the horse is he's enjoying the ride, which is. He deserves that. He's been great for racing, Zach. Good on him.
Yeah,
sensational. I think Mike Smith's hanging around to get 30 Breeders' Cup wins. Alex, he's sitting on 28, but has been for a few years now. But yeah, he's the most successful Breeders' Cup rider in the history of the event. But he really wants to hit 30. So we wish Mike all the best. You've spent a bit of time in California, haven't you, Casper?
I did, yeah. When I was a young lad, I spent a few months with Neil Drysdale. It was great. I loved it. It was really nice.
At old Hollywood Park, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Lived up from Venice Beach. Used to drive down to Hollywood Park every day. Nearly got shot by a copper there one day too.
I didn't know if that was on record or not to talk about.
He pulled me off. Pulled me off. Sorry, he pulled me off. Sorry, he pulled me over, and he says, "You got your passport?" I said, "Yeah, you got your identification." I said, "Yeah, I did." And I went down, and it was under. I used to put it under the bloody passenger seat. Next thing, I'm lucky. I turned left and looked in the side mirror, and he's pulled his gun on me. I went, "Oh, man, under the seat." That was it. I thought, Jesus Christ! Welcome to America.
How did that get resolved?
Oh, no problem. Once you're from Hong Kong, he's like, he couldn't be bothered doing the paperwork. He says, off you go. Just drive slow. I said, thanks. See you, mate.
That's too funny.
You're lucky what that was. And now they're more trigger happy now.
Oh, trigger happy now. There'd be nothing there. Just boom.
A little birdie told me you're quite friendly with a number of celebrities in the US. Is that true? And if so, can you tell us who a few of them might be?
Yeah, a couple for sure. I mean, I used to, well, hang around with Kevin Costner a lot. I stayed at his house in LA. We went to a couple of the NCAA basketball collegiate games. It was awesome in Indianapolis and in Tampa Bay. So we hung out for like 5-6 days together. Private jet on his private jet.
Wow.
A lot of fun with some good guys. Yeah, Patrick Whitesell, who's a big CAA agent, and Scott Stuber, who ran Netflix and obviously Universal and stuff. Great guys. Had a lot of fun.
What's your favorite Kevin Costner movie?
Oh, probably Dancers. Yeah, I'd say.
All right.
Yeah, there's a few, of course, Field of Dreams and stuff, but Untouchables. But I enjoy Dances with Wolves.
He actually was the narrator for a Lafitte Pinkai documentary.
Really?
He's had a light horse racing. Yeah, I think I can't remember what the documentary is called, but yeah, there was one when he was going for the win record, and he was the narrator of it all.
Oh wow, good! It was great. We had a lot of fun together. He's a good guy. Also hung out with him in Melbourne as well, so it was great.
What's your favorite place to visit in the States when you come here?
Viva Las Vegas, baby!
I was just there yesterday, and I've got to go back on Saturday. Yeah, the Australia's rugby league kicks off its season, the NRL, on Saturday. And,
of course, yeah. That's a big go. Everyone enjoys that.
No,
a lot of Aussies fly would have a week of carnage over there, so it's great.
What do you love about Sin City?
Just seeing the shows, playing golf every day, lie by the pool, have a little gamble in the evenings with my friends. Yeah, what's not to love about it? Go to the clubs. Awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. No,
yeah.
I love it.
What's the game of choice over there?
I play Baccarat roulette. Yeah.
Careful with those roulette wheels there now. They've introduced a third zero. So not just 0, 00, they've now got a 000 as well.
Well, the house has to have some advantage. Otherwise, it's not worth it, is it?
Yeah, it's Casper, we should ask you about your runners this weekend at Sha Tin. Have you got any winners for us? It looks like maybe Karma could be ready to win.
Big run the other day. Closed off really good. Just got beat a short half head. He's drawn 6. He gets his chance. He steps up an extra furlong to 2,000. There's no reason why he wouldn't run it out strong. And yeah, ridden by a good young kid. This kid's the next superstar of racing,
Yeah.
Dylan McMonigal. I think he's the next big thing in horse racing. He really is. He's got a brain on him. He's 22 and he's like an old man. He's like he's driven for something. He's got so much talent. I believe he's the next big thing. Yeah, Karma runs. He definitely runs well. Race 1, Audacious Pursuit. He's ready to win. Just drawn a bit awkward in gate 10. Yeah, and maybe even a horse like Decision Link could run a bit better from an inside gate. So we're hopeful.
All right. Take note, viewers. Possibly a couple of winners there. And when you've got the informed Fownes with the informed Dylan Brown McMonigal, we could be on a winner there with those two. What makes him such a great rider, by the way, Casper? And were you surprised with how quickly he kind of adapted to Hong Kong racing?
That's a great spot on. You nailed it there. It's the adaptation so quickly that it takes some people, honestly, it takes them a long time, but he just seems to have got it within a matter of a very short period. And I think going forward, he'll just keep improving. So hopefully he keeps coming back here and he's 22. I mean, he's go back to Europe and he's going to just be a star in the next 10 years. He'll be winning everything.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Well, we've probably taken up too much of your time. Alex, anything else for the great man?
No, I just appreciate your time, and I'll be bullshitting with you in the mornings there at track work at the trainer stand.
You got it, bro. No worries. Thanks for the interview. Hopefully the boys enjoy it, and hopefully we get some luck on the weekend.
Yeah, good luck, Casper. Thank you so much for coming on, and good luck for the rest of the season. We can't wait to watch you team up with Moreira again, and good luck trying to get that 5th Trainers Championship, mate.
Thank you so much. Fingers crossed, guys. All the best, eh?
So good to catch up with Casper there, and we thank him very much for his time. Time now for our World Pull Moment of the Week. And it would be absolutely impossible for us to go past that incredible win by Constitution Hill at Southwell in England last Friday night. The now 9-year-old former champion jumper absolutely dominating the field in his first ever run over the flat on a surface he'd never tried before. I think the whole world of racing was applauding this performance, Alex.
Yeah, and it was incredible to see them get that kind of crowd at such a small track there, and everyone wants to see their fans. And it looks like Constitution Hill going to be retired from the jumps, which I fully agree with. Not that I'm an expert on jump racing because I don't follow it at all, but retired from jump racing, and they're going to look like they're going to do a parade for him at Cheltenham, which would be awesome for the fans just to see a horse like that, legend. And I heard some rumors that O'Sheen was suggesting that he potentially wanted to run him in Dubai in the Gold Cup over 3,000 meters, I believe, which would be very interesting because that race doesn't come up incredibly strong. Who knows? But it's lovely to see him back in the winner's circle, and a true champion deserves to be winning races.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that 3,000 meters, that distance is certainly not going to pose any problems to a horse like Constitution Hill as well. So, yeah, it will be fascinating to follow his career now as a flat horse, taking up a new career as a 9-year-old, which is just awesome to watch. And let's hope he has a really successful career too. Like everybody's sort of saying he's that group level horse now on the flat.
Yeah. Yeah, and apparently his just the way he travels and his lung capacity and the way he breathes through. Hearing the comments from O'Sheen after the race, why not? And it's lovely to see these horses. Like, I think it actually makes the lore of him and the story behind him even more incredible. Going from such a champion on the jumps now to the flat at such an old age, and then producing the way he has. And if he can win a stakes Melbourne Cup, who knows? But just to see him win anything is incredible at this age and this stage of his career.
Oh, that's right. Send him to Melbourne in November for the Melbourne Cup. That would be awesome. All right, time now to take a look at Sha Tin this weekend. And two big races coming up, of course, this weekend. Romantic Warrior looking to capture leg 2 of the Triple Crown in the Hong Kong Gold Cup. He'll be taking on the likes of Voyage, Bubble and My Wish over his pet distance for 2,000 metres. He's likely to be very short odds to do so. We just saw that race field on our screen. We're going to take a look at the Hong Kong Classic Cup, the second leg of the 4-year-old series, and Little Paradise, your likely favourite. After his win in leg 1, the Classic Mile, Vincent Ho stays aboard, and he's drawn nicely in 3. Numbers continues to impress in Hong Kong. He's won 2 of 3 now since coming to Honkers from Australia. Sagacious Life, drawn just outside Little Paradise, will appreciate the step up to the 1,800 metres. Invincible Ibis with Hugh Bowman aboard, a big chance, was on a 4-win streak until his last out 6 behind Little Paradise. James McDonald rides Beauty Bolt, who was 3rd in the Classic Mile. There really is a ton of chances. The speed map is on your screen. Alex, how are you lighting this candle?
Well, I mean, if you look at the race, look at the consistency of all these horses. Little Paradise, a bunch of wins. Numbers done well. Invincible Ibis before that last out up there as well. Beauty Bolt always in the top 4. And then even the likes of Infinite Resolve has never run a bad race here. So, I mean, it's really tough, right? But I still think I'm going to go with Little Paradise because I just think the way he shuts off, he can settle. He's got a good barrier. If the pace is not that hot, he can sit a little bit more forward as he's shown in the past. And again, with the way he ran and the way his track work looked this week, he might be a future superstar, and I hope we see that. But Numbers is going to be tough, and I think we have to look at it as if he gets an easy lead, he's already proven that he can rattle off some sectionals and be strong out on the front end. So I think that's what's going to be the key to the race is who runs with Numbers. Is the barrier a little bit too much for him to have to come over from 11? Does Beauty Bolt press him to get position earlier from an inside draw and keep him hung a little bit wide? I think all that's going to play into it, and obviously we don't know what's going to happen out there. But independent of that, I do think Little Paradise is the best horse in the race, and I think we're looking at a future star. And I would love to see him complete the second leg of the series. So I'm going to go with Little Paradise over Numbers and Beauty Bolt to hang around in there for 3rd. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Lucky Sam Gore run a big race coming from the back late. He's got a good relationship with Jerry Chow, but I like those 3, and then Lucky Sam Gore to run a big one in there for a 4th maybe.
Are you kidding that we've come up with the exact same trifecta in order? This is ridiculous. I can't go against Little Paradise. That explosive turn of foot in the Classic Mile was really incredible to watch. Looks like the extra distance will be no worries. Draws well in 3. Hopefully he's, I mean, as you mentioned, he's versatile. I think he might be a little bit more forwardly placed. That would be the only concern in such a big field. If some gaps close on Vincent up the stretch. But Vincent's back on board. He's got the same excitement about. Well, he says he hasn't been as excited about a horse since Golden 60 when we had him on the show a few weeks ago. So that's good enough for me. And I think Little Paradise can head to the Hong Kong Derby with history on the line next month. Beauty Bolt did plenty of work last out. It was interesting watching him up the stretch, sort of hung in a little bit too towards the end there, and J-Mac just had to steady him. But after doing a lot of work, he still hung on well for third. Quite a ride, maybe, might help his chances. Interesting to see what J-Mac does from post 9. We'll probably have to go forward. Numbers has done everything right, as you mentioned, since coming to Hong Kong. Drawn wide, but goes forward anyway. So we'll see if he's good enough to stick around and pick up some pieces at the end. But that's my trifecta as well. Unbelievable that we've come up with the same trifecta. We're going to have to play it ice cold 10 times, I think.
Brownie, I will tell you, you photograph all these workouts and you've seen thousands of workouts for big races. Vincent gets off Little Paradise the other morning, and the smile on his face kind of tipped his hand at how good the horse went. Like, he was just beaming, and I got some photos of it. So if that's an indication of how well the horse is going and everything like that, like, look out.
Yeah, no, awesome. All right, my best bet. Well, I liked Karma before I spoke to Casper, and I think he's given us a bit of an extra leg up too. So race 10, number 2, Karma with Dylan Brown McMonigal up for me as my best bet at Sha Tin this weekend. Alex, you like a couple of horses?
I like a couple of horses. My best bet's going to be Romantic Warrior. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to go with Romantic Warrior, but I do think Winning Wing is going to run a big race and potentially get in there for second. He's 2,000 meter specialist, and his times, he's one of the second fastest mile and a quarter of the horses in the race. I mean, it's a huge jump up in class, but that'll be interesting to see. And I've got to get back on my boy over here, Aerodynamics. He had such a brutal trip last out. At a huge number. So if you're on a trip handicapping type of guy, look for him to bounce back. But I also like the Auspicious in that race a little bit too. He also got slammed and bounced around there on Chinese New Year Day. He gets in with lightweight, and the Misu combination with Maxime Guillon back again. He's won over 2,200 meters. So those two, I'm probably going to pair up in that race 10. And that's a race that has Derby implications. If those horses can qualify and get in, Aerodynamics is just a few points out of getting into the Classic Cup here, which would have been interesting. And so there's some good races on the card, Brownie.
It really is. And you'll be there to capture it all again. We're looking forward to seeing your photos on the Hong Kong Jockey Club social feeds, as well as your own personal feeds. So we'll keep an eye out for them. And we'll look forward to having you back in the States for next week's show.
That's right. And then Santa Anita Handicap Seabiscuit season on the next Saturday. It never stops, Brownie.
That's right. Racing never sleeps. All right, Alex, good to see you. Thanks again for your time. Thank you, everybody, for watching another episode of the Hong Kong Racing Show, and we'll see you next week to do it all again.